So I'm taking this Micro-matic regulator apart. These are stainless steel. This is a CO2 secondary beer regulator. And the issue we're having with these is there's getting beer something in the primary side and sticking the bottom, and then air, CO2, blows out through this vent hole right here. So when I take them apart, this is what I see. I already had that loose. They're not normally that easy to get off. So there's the cap. There's this. And it goes, the spring goes around that. So it goes with the point in here. So that when you adjust this, it puts more spring pressure on there. Then we have gasket, diaphragm, and then right here, this little valve. This needle gets stuck in there. There's a hole in the middle of it, a tiny little hole. That hole gets plugged up, plus the needle gets stuck in there, and it should move up and down in there. But when it gets full of stuff in the bottom, it won't move anymore. So we take the needle out, we'll clean that with hot water. Then that is a nut. Now there's probably a tool you can get in there to do this, but I use the needle nose pliers. I put it in these two notches. And sometimes you have to swear at it a little bit. So then I turn that nut out like this. There's the nut. There's the little cap that goes under the nut. Then in the bottom here, there's a, right in there's a little plunger. Right here. That gets sticky, and that's the problem. And then there's a O-ring right here that we take that out real careful like. But this plunger should come out of here. There's the O-ring. See, it's kind of stuck in there. The thing's stuck down in there. So I'll put some hot water in here. There's a spring underneath it. I'll get that plunger and spring out, and I'll clean these parts, and I'll come back and show you. So can you see right in here that crusty stuff in there? That's all beer and stuff that's sticking that plunger in. You got the plunger to move, but see down next to it, there's beer crust right down in there. So that's what we'll get out. So cleaned all that out. All that sticky stuff that was down in that hole is all cleaned out. So here we have the spring. This little valve moves up and down in here. And that little valve passes, there's some ports in the side here. So when this gets all sticky, that this can't move, and this can't move, then all of a sudden then you end up with your bleeding backwards air out into this area, which is then coming out of the cap here. So the spring goes in here. This little valve goes in, and it goes with the seat up, obviously, because the spring goes inside there, so you can't possibly put it in upside down. You'd have to try off hard. Then when I put it in there, this moves real nice up and down, all the way up, top to bottom. And I wouldn't poke that plastic too hard, because it doesn't have to seat on this. So I'm just lightly pushing on it, but it moves. Then the O-ring goes down to the bottom around the outside. then the cap, then this little nut goes back on. And now that everything is moving, I have to push that nut down to get it in there a little bit because the cap pushes up, spring's pushing that little valve up. And I use my regulator nut tightening tool, which looks a lot like a needle nose pliers. And I just snug that up like that. And then this little needle goes back in here, like this. Now when I push it, it moves easily, up and down. It moves maybe, I don't know, 1/8 inch up and down in there. So then we can put the diaphragm back in, and the gasket, and the cap. So then if we open this and I plug this side and blow in here, this is backed all the way out so that's zero pressure. Nothing will come out here. Nothing comes out. So as I blow in here and screw this in, it'll get easier and easier to blow through here and more air will come out of here. That's how we know it's working. So this is now fixed, works like a brand new one. The other thing is, this sits on the wall. Gas comes in here, goes completely through this, goes here to the next regulator. Or you can plug this hole. Or you can plug this hole. These two are just straight through there, hooked together. So when you set your pressure, I dial this up to any number here. Gas comes out of here. Open this valve, gas comes out of here. And it comes down to here. This is a Sanke keg adapter. So you got your 16-gallon Sanke keg, which is what most of the kegs in the United States that use the bars are. Beer comes out of here. So you know, this is open right through to here. The gas comes in here. So, I take this off. And take this barb fitting off. This little rubber thing pulls out. And if I get a screwdriver, then again, I wouldn't go poking around too much in these with anything sharp, but as you can see, that's a little smiley face of rubber right there. And it's closed. So if I blow through this side, well, the CO2 is what would go through this way. It'll blow through here because it'll blow that open like that. And gas will go through there. Gas cannot go backwards through here because this shuts. You know, the gas pressure pushes down here and shuts that rubber together. This is called a Thomas valve. Most people call it a Thomas valve. If you go to a regulator place to buy one of these, that's what you're going to order is a Thomas valve. And some of them are clear, hard to see. This one's great. If these are dirty, or if there's something stuck in here and this is stuck open like that, then beer, pressurized beer in this keg, can come through here, up this beer line, right into there and plug that up. So, that's something to look at if you're having these get plugged with beer regularly, which is the situation that we have here. So that's that. Rebuilding micromatic regulators.